Alright guys, so what we're going to do is going to get straight into our warm-up. First one's first is our 90-90 stretch to start off. So down onto the floor we go. Find our 90-degree angle in our front knee, 90-degree angle in our back knee. From here, nice proud chest, hands either side of our front quad and sitting forward. So remember, proud chest, imagine trying to get your belly button over your knee, driving that front knee into the floor best we can. Nice controlled deep breaths. Keep looking up, just relax into the stretch. Might feel a little bit stiff at the very start. As we go on, we get a little bit more comfortable, we'll get into it. Okay, so keep going for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and swap legs. So nice and gently swap over. Find your 90-90 again. Nice proud chest, sitting forward, actively driving that front knee down into the floor. Help to intensify that stretch. Activation of the glute. Good, keep going. Another 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to rotate and we're going to pause in the middle into what's called a bear pose. Okay, so if I turn a little bit more, when I flip over, heels up, I'm going to sit into that stretch. Nice proud upper body. Sit back and then down to the far side. Back in again. Nice proud upper body, sitting down. Imagine we're trying to flatten our foot on the floor and opposite way. So we'll do 4 more of those. Sitting up and in. Really open up those hips and over. So spend a lot of time driving our foot to the floor. Good, 2 more. Down we go, keep the upper body nice and tall. And last one. Keep that nice controlled breathing. And good, and relax. Next one, what we're going to do is going to go into a half kneeling position. So we're going to stretch our hip flexor and our hamstrings, okay? So starting off the hamstring, nice soft bend in the knee to start off. From here, going to sweep the ground, plant the foot, and stretch my hips as my hands go overhead. Push the bum back, and go again. Up we go. Good, keep going, another 20 seconds. Try and sit a little bit more forward every time. Sweep the ground, hands go up overhead. Good, and swap legs. So swap legs, making sure we're digging those toes into the back. Off we go, sweep the ground, lean forward, squeeze the back glute, and repeat. Down we go. Good stuff. So taking things nice and slow and controlled, really focusing on mobilizing ourselves as best we can before we get working. And relax. Good. Next one is our dynamic plank. So a new one. What we're going to do is go into our plank off the forearms, okay? In this position, just set up. Starting off, we're squeezing the glutes, engage the core, so nice flat back. From here, I'm going to rise my hips. I'm going to do this by imagine I'm going to try and get my chest closer to my belly button, squeeze my abs really hard, and rise. And down. So I'm not pushing off my elbows. All the work is going through my core. Keep going, another 15 seconds. It looks a lot easier than it is. Good. 5 seconds. Get one more in. 2 and 1. Drop down to the floor. Our next one is our thoracic bridge. So flipping over onto our bum to start off, onto our feet and our hands. Hips up as high as we can. Squeeze the glutes. Open up those shoulders and hold. So hold this for another 35 seconds. Keeping those hips up as best we can. Relax the head back. Feel a really good stretch in my shoulders. My glutes and hamstrings are starting to light up now as well. Keep going. Another 15 seconds. Really good, especially for that shoulder mobility. And firing up those glutes as well after mobilizing them. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax down. And our last one then, up onto our feet of our first circuit, is our bootstrap squat. So what we're going to do, start off, we're going to hinge down. So imagine I'll go from a side angle, I'm going to hinge down, hinge back, I'm going to grab my toes with my hands. From here I'm going to sit down into a squat and look up as proud as I can. So chest nice and proud, back up we go, and down. So hands underneath the front toes, chest nice and proud, push the knees out with the elbows. Keep going with this for another 25 seconds. Really, really good. Open up those groins, warm up the hamstrings again, and especially for a T-spine. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So that's our first round done. I'm going to go back to the very start again, starting off in our 90-90 stretch. So remember, 90-degree angle on your first leg, your first knee, 90-degree angle on your back knee, one hand either side of the quad, nice proud chest, leaning forward, keep looking up. I'm just going to hold this for another 15 seconds. We'll swap legs and then we'll rotate into that bear pose. Keep going for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And swap over. So reposition your limbs again. Nice proud chest and leaning forward. Breathing is really, really important for stretching, just to make the most of it. Just to improve our proprioception and make sure we're fully present when we're doing it. We're not on our phone scrolling. Really, really important. So keep going for another 3, 2, 1, and rotate. As we get to the center, try and plant your feet in the floor, sitting forward, nice proud chest, and over. So that's 2, do 4 more. Reposition yourself to get that 90-90 every time. 3. Feeling a little bit looser now, hopefully you guys are too. 4, 2 more. Breathe now as we sit deep. 5, and last one is 6. Good. So swapping over then to our half kneeling hamstring and hip flexor stretch. Starting off, soft bend that front knee, sweep the ground, sit forward, push through the hips, hands go up overhead. Back we go, sweep the ground, and up overhead. Good, keep going guys. Another 20 seconds. Sit nice and deepen that hamstring. You open up that muscle belly. Good, 10 seconds. Just reaching up as high as we can, squeeze the back glute muscle, and swap legs. So once again, making sure we dig those toes into the ground at the back, just help with a bit of balance and stability, and off we go. Sweep the ground, up, and push through the hips. Good stuff guys, keep going now, that's it. Another 12 seconds. Try and get 3 or 4 more in. Nothing rushed at all. 2. Last one. Up, push through the hips, squeeze the glute, and relax. Good. Next one then guys, back into our dynamic plank again. So back onto our forearms, onto our toes, setting up, straight line. From my shoulders down to my hips, knees and ankles. From here, I'm going to squeeze my abs. I'm going to try and push my hips up and down. So keep my head in a nice neutral position. My core, my trunk is doing all the work. Keep going guys, another 10 seconds. Let's get 2 more in. And last one. Relax. Good. Next one down is our thoracic bridge again. One of my personal favourites. So I feel to get an awful lot out of it. So setting up, feet flat on the floor, hands behind, and open up those shoulders. So push the hips up high as we can. Really open up those shoulders. You'll feel it a lot in the posterior chain, so your hamstrings, your glutes as well. Keep going, another 20 seconds now. The longer we spend in these uncomfortable positions perhaps, we mightn't feel as mobile, the better. Keep going. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. So back up onto our feet then, into our bootstrap squat. So setting up, first movement is a hinge. So soft bend the knees, push the bum back, down, touch the toes. From here, good grip, and sitting down into a squat as proud as we can. Back up, spending about 2 seconds at that bottom portion of the movement. Get used to sitting really deep. Open up those hips and groins, and down. Good way of flossing out those hamstrings. Keep going, guys, 15 seconds. Looking up nice and proud, the lobe of your top facing the wall in front of you. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And that's us done, guys. Well done.
Hey guys, let's get into today's workout with a huge focus on the glutes and the hips. So let's get down to the ground to start off. But again, as normal, take the first round nice and steady so you can kind of get used to things. Let's get into this 90-90 position. So 90 degrees in the hips and in the ankles. Chest pointed forward towards the front leg. And again, there's a couple of different levels to this. The first one we're trying to do is use your hand to assist yourself to stay upright, okay? Or if you want to progress it, hands free, progress it even further, lift the back heel slightly off the ground, okay? So this is the first one. The second one after that we're going to be doing is our seated leg raise. Bum goes into the wall, feet together, point the toes to release the calf, but try and keep that spine nice and straight. From here, I'm going to raise with a straight leg and a contracted quad, 1 inch off the ground, over, down, up, over, down. So from the front, what that looks like is the foot comes up, bum into the wall, up, over, down, and again, just tiny movements really working in the front of the hip. Third exercise, then we have our 90-90 sit to stand. Okay, so in this one here, we're starting in this position, go over to our 90-90 position, come up onto the knee, half kneeling, swoop the leg back around, down, flip, and we turn onto the opposite side, swooping around, okay? So let's get into the first couple exercises, guys. Those first 3 exercises, we're gonna be doing 3 rounds, pretty much straight through, okay? So down, sitting onto our bum, half kneeling, back foot out, 3, 2, 1, off we go. Chest turning forward. Now, while I'm in this position, I'm staying on this side. Again, I'm using my hand to assist myself. Turn my chest towards our front knee and just holding, okay? And again, as you're holding this position, I forgot as well, we're only doing two rounds, by the way, not 3 rounds. As I'm holding this position, I'm staying that nice upright torso. Too easy, I release the hand away, and now I'm really having to engage this hip to keep myself upright. Again, quite a nasty exercise. 10 seconds left. Keeping that upright position, sitting on that left bum cheek. If it's too easy, then you can lift the heel slightly off the floor of that trailing back leg. And good, swap sides. Opposite side goes in 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So I'm much stiffer on this side. Turn my chest more towards that knee. Try my best to sit upright, but I'm actually using my fingertips. Barely using 1 or 2 fingers to help myself stay upright right now. Holding that chest position, pushing it forward to the front knee. Keep that going. 20 seconds. Releasing the hand now and again. Seeing if I can hold that position. Much nastier on this side for me. Leaning slightly forward if we need to. The idea of this is to really activate those deep hip muscles. Fantastic for anybody, athletes who play field sports. Having that hip mobile so that takes pressure off the knee if we do fall. Make sure that hip joint moves well. And good, excellent. Okay, next exercise, seated leg raise. Bum against the wall. I'll face you on this one. Bum right in, head back. Maybe a gap between the lower back and the wall, that's fine. 3, 2, 1, off we go. 20 seconds each side, over and back. Keeping the head back. Feeling that deep in the front of the hip. Activating those deep hip muscles. Over and back, barely touching the floor each time. Grimaces are welcome. And switch sides, opposite side, off we go. Now, noting as well, I find my left hip much easier than my right hip. The reason for that is because I injured my right hip years ago, especially hip flexor. So here I'm actually still rebuilding an old injury. But again, if we're sitting all the time, really need to do these exercises. 3, 2, 1, and good, excellent. Into that 90-90 position. Okay, give yourself some space. I'm gonna come a little bit close towards the camera. Okay, ready, start in 3, 2, 1, and let's go, sit to stand. Half kneeling. Sitting, so flip the legs over we come. Doing it hands-free as best we can. Getting that 90-90 position before you flip. The first set is going to feel nasty. If you need to use your hands to assist, then make sure that you do. Take it nice and slow, lowering yourself slowly to the ground. "30 seconds left. Really opening up those hips. As you flip through, you're mobilizing the hips, helping take pressure off that lower back. 15 seconds. The slower you go, the better. A sign of slowness is actually a sign of control. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Take 30 seconds rest. 30 to 45. Hips are kind of feeling okay right now. Okay, so we're going to start off the second set in 30 seconds. Now, remember the idea of this, really start open up the front of the hips, engage those glutes, all those muscles that we need to stay strong and healthy as we do this workout. So another 30 seconds, guys, or sorry, another 10 seconds, what I'm saying, and we go back down to our next set. So let's go back down to the ground. That's that original stretch. Now my second set. We're going to stick to 2, I think it's enough. We're going to bring our chest towards the knee, and now holding ourselves upright. Off we go. Holding that position. Do my right leg. I'm feeling good on this side. I'm going to lean slightly forward. Turn the chest towards that front knee. Lifting that heel slightly off the ground. Even hold it for 5 seconds. Very slightly off the ground. Rest for 5. Keeping that upright torso. Sitting into that hip. Up onto that sit bone of that left bum cheek as best we can. Not an easy exercise. Keep going, guys. Doing really well. 10 more seconds. Turning, chest facing forward, lifting the hip, or lifting that foot when we can. Swap sides. Let's flip over. Opposite side. Okay, chest, turn it towards the front knee. 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So a lot harder on this side again for me, but again, it's a little bit better than my first set. I'm able to very slightly do this nearly hands-free. Need to assist myself now and again. Just think of all those deep hip muscles that you're working and engaging. Keep going, guys, well done. 20 seconds gone. If you can do it, you lean forward, you lift that heel slightly, but again, you want to aim to do it totally unassisted with the hands first. I'm still using assistance on this side. 10 seconds. Feeling it now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Good to be done with that. Feeling a little bit looser already in the hips. Bum against the wall. Okay, get our bum right in. Head and chest is up. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Nice straight leg. 20 seconds. Each side. Taking our time. Feeling nice and deep in the front of the hip. Burning nicely. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch opposite side. Straight into it. Sitting upright as much as you can. Pointing that toe away to release the calf. 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and good stuff. Well done. Okay, next exercise. Over the moon to see the back of them. That's good. Again, 2 sets of this is enough. Again, if you want to do 3 sets, more than welcome. But on your first day, keep it to 2 sets. You'll be so surprised how much this can actually work the hips, and you'll feel a little bit tender next day. Okay, let's flip over and start forward. And let's start from that bear position, half kneeling, up and turn. Good. This is too easy. You can do it holding onto your weight. But again, I'm focusing on that slowness. Is the most important. These exercises to open the hips are all about control, and they'll help activate the glutes before we go into the actual workout. Good, switching each time. Flipping as you turn. Well done. We'll take 2 on that one. That's good, keep going. Taking the time. Focusing, which I need to do a little bit more for the last 30 seconds now. Feeling those hips open up. <sighs> 12 seconds. Really feeling it now. Flipping from that 99 position to that bear sit position. Taking your time. And rest. Well done, okay. Well done, guys. That's those 2 rounds of those first exercises done. Quick check, stand up. Open the hips. Have a wee squat. Notice how much looser you may feel in those hips. You might be able to get a wider stance than normal. And again, that's great for hip health. Okay, we've opened up those hips. Let's get into the glute focus. Starting off on the frog pump, guys. Let me show you the first 3 exercises. Soles of the feet together, okay? Hold the heels in, lie on our back, pushing your knees out. Lift the hips up, squeeze the glutes up and down. Doing that for 30 seconds. Next exercise, then after that, we're gonna stand up, elevate your heels on an edge if you need to. But here we're gonna focus on our squats, our pull squats. We're gonna go down, and we're going to squat down and up. Keeping the tension on the glutes, pushing the knees out, and then really driving nearly towards that outside of that foot to emphasize screwing the feet into the ground. Feeling that in the glutes going up and down. 3rd exercise, then after that, we're then going to go into our reverse lunges, thinking about working those glutes again. Got to zone in the mind to those muscles you're trying to work. Going to start off in 15 seconds, guys. 3 exercises. 30 seconds on each. We'll take 45 to 60 seconds rest. Probably less is better. Doing that for 4 sets. Starting off in 5 seconds. Down onto the ground. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Let's go. And again, frog pumps. I'm opening up my grinds here. I'm focusing on getting the hips up as high as I can to the roof. For these first 2 exercises, if you had one of those blue loop bands, you could put it up around the top of your 2 knees to make it even more glutes. Add a bit of resistance. Good, guys. 10 seconds. Keeping the hips off the ground. Focusing on squeezing those glutes. 3, 2, 1. Straight onto the feet. No hanging around. Let's get through those squats. Getting the depth. Think about feeling it in those glutes. Slowly moving out, in and out of it. Yeah, feel that working. Remember, elevate the heels if you're struggling a little bit with the depth, but I'm definitely feeling this working my glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Standing up, reverse lunges. Staying low now. Glutes are on fire. And the idea of these ones is, think of it as a low ceiling reverse lunge. What I mean by that is Stay nice and low. Rather than coming the full way up, you're gonna be working your glutes and legs that bit more because there's more time under tension. 5, 4, 3, 2, rest for 45. Really feel out my legs, my glutes. Feeling work overall. Okay, take that 45 seconds rest. As I said, if you have one of those loop bands, small resistance bands, you can put that up around the tops of your 2 knees, okay? That way you have to push out against something. Especially on those first 2 exercises, it can be very beneficial. Okay, starting guys in 10 seconds. Catch your breath as the sets go on. You will feel it more. Down we go. Getting ready to go, shake it out a little bit. Lying on our backs. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Feet together, up and down. And off we go. Again, keeping the hips off the floor, squeezing the glutes as if you have the winning lottery ticket in between them. Pushing the soles of those feet together. Keep going, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight on their feet into those squats. Toes pointed out. Make sure the feet are at least shoulder width apart. Going in and out of those pulse squats, guys. Keep going. Good. You notice I'm staying low. So these are the pulse squats. Keep going. Knees driven out. Hamstrings are feeling it. So are my quads as well as the glutes. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Straight into those reverse lunges. Staying low. If you want to come up all the way, then you can. Sometimes coming up all the way allows you to stand up, squeeze the glutes, go back down. And sometimes take a bit of pressure off the legs and help you focus a little bit more on working those glutes. Find whichever option is best for you. I'm gonna mix it up between the 2 and kind of suss out which is gonna suit you best. Knee pushed out. 3, 2, rest. Good. 2 rounds done. 2 to go. It's not one of those workouts where you're crazy out of breath, but it's definitely isolating those legs, quads, glutes especially, and hamstrings. Again, as I said, use that loop band if you have it. Okay, catch my breath. 20 seconds. A little bit of water, make sure the window is open. Remember, the whole idea of this workout is to really isolate that body part, isolate those hips. Okay, getting ready. Excuse me, 10 seconds. Enter frog pumps. You can also do normal glute bridges, even feet elevated glute bridges. You may have seen them in previous videos. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Back to those frog pumps. I'm gonna change it actually to normal glute bridges. Go my feet actually wider. I can actually feel that work in my glutes personally a little bit better. Just finding what exercise works best for you. But I always try the ones that we've prescribed at the start. 10 seconds. Good, yeah, this one is definitely working the glutes. Keep going and keeping the speed up just to get the repetitions in, get the blood flowing into the glutes. On our feet, off we go. Those pulse squats, which we all hate. Going up and down. Now, tripod effect with our toe. Toes and heel. Heel, little toe, big toe, all pushed through the floor. Concentrating keeping equal pressure through both feet. Yeah, that's burning. Okay, 5 seconds. Whoa, it's working. 4, 3, 2, and on our feet, reverse lunges. Again, I found on those first 2 rounds, actually standing up all the way helps me to isolate my glutes a bit more. When I stay too low, personally, I feel it too much in my legs. I lose contraction of the glutes a little bit myself. For the thought of putting the focus on the glutes. 10 seconds, it's burning. Keep going. Focusing on that knee. Staying pushed out. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good, guys. Again, 45 seconds rest. We're going with our 4th set. Taking a breath. Not the longest of workouts, highly, highly effective. Again, if it's too easy, pick up a weight, okay? Anything from 5 kilos up, depending on your ability. You can hold on to a weight doing all those last 2 exercises, squats and reverse lunges. But again, build up that. If it's working, if it's burning, keep it at that. 10 seconds, down onto the ground, on the ground, not ground. Okay. Again, I'm gonna stick with that normal glute bridge now. I find that's working a little bit more effectively. 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Off we go. I'm actually keeping the speed quite high on these glute bridges just to increase the blood flow to the muscle we're trying to work. Oftentimes when we talk strength, hypertrophy, muscle building, we're talking about slow eccentric contractions going down, controlled coming back up. Today I actually want you to just focus on that speed, squeezing the glutes at the top, encouraging blood flow by doing that concentric action. 3, 2, 1, on our feet. Let's go into those squats. Straight away, knees pushed out. All that hip work we've done at the start with that warm up and then with that part A's that we were just doing. Thanks to Sean again for doing that warm up first. Keep going guys, 10 seconds, glutes are on fire. I'm pushing through my heels mainly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse lunges, let's go. Legs are sore now, they're screaming. Control those reverse lunges, coming up to that upright position every time. Controlling the descent, maybe go a little bit slower, feeling the glutes a little bit more. 10 seconds. Nearly there guys, push on. 7 seconds, come on. Yeah, it's working. 3, 2, rest. And we're all done. Huge well done guys, catch your breath. So again, to recap, full body warm as normal because we're sitting, we're using all our body every day. Important to touch base with it. Then we had our part A's where we're focusing on really those deeper muscles, stabilizing muscles of the hips, tendons, ligaments, all the good stuff. And again, really getting those hips healthy to relieve the pressure off our lower back, but also to ensure that we have control of our hips. Don't have control of your hips, you can't build your glutes. Then finally, we finished off with that circuit on the glutes of that frog pump, our pull squats and reverse lunges. Off you go guys, make sure you go home, or you are at home highly likely, eat well, and then we'll meet you here for your next recorded video.